Hey, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Happy whatever day it is, whether you're watching today or not. Um, the day that I'm recording this happens to be February 14, so it is Valentine's Day here in the US. And what better day to check in with our heart and stuff like that, and just kind of love up the channel a little bit. So I just still think that it's kind of funny that, for me personally, I don't really do anything for this day because I just kind of feel that love is every day. Like every day is love day. So every day is hang out with your loved ones and be with them. And I don't know, why not? So I kind of see it as the same like with Earth Day, where it's like, okay, well, I'm glad that we're all gathering to do this thing with Earth Day. But for me, every day is Earth Day. So I don't know. So I don't really do a whole lot special. Like I don't buy any presents or get chocolates or, I don't do any of that. So, but I do really think that it's beautiful that there is such a day that we honor the fact that there is love. And I think that's beautiful. So for me, I personally think that is something to just keep doing. So why not? And I know some people maybe get hung up on like having romantic partner and all of that, and really just toss that away. Like, who cares? Love yourself. Let's just enjoy the fact that love exists. So I'll get all hippy dippy over here with this channel and just love up on you guys. So let's light a little bit of this beautiful copal. Oh my gosh. The last time I smelled these sticks, it was at the retreat that we hosted in Mexico. And oh my gosh. So I found them at a store locally, and I'm so excited that they have them because it smells so good. Wow. So let's look at how fiery we are today. All right, let's just get some copal going. Oh, that feels so nice. Wow, if only I could just like send this scent into the wherever you are. Wow, it is so good. I also don't want to fill my room with smoke. I'm gonna let that go. Thank you, copal. Beautiful. All right, and we have our candle burning for us right now, clearing and cleansing and transmuting the space. I just feel like getting all set up. So we're also going to spray some rose water. Rose water. Mm. That feels good. Can you feel that? It feels so good. Okay. I'm also really excited. I have a deck of cards that is new. I keep saying like, oh, I'm not going to buy any new cards, but I mean, come on. This is what I love to do. So I love to get new cards and share them with you. And this deck of cards is absolutely amazing. I'll show you the back. It's like Adore, Endless Fractals. I will post the name of this deck in the description box because I am blanking on the name of it right now. I literally just got it like last month, and I've been playing with it a little bit. And what these cards are about is every single one is a heart, and really cool fractal kind of psychedelic visionary hearts. So cool. So we're gonna tap into that and check in with our mystic hearts and our sacred portal, our sacred center. Yeah, with the it being the sacred center, it um I sometimes feel like my center is lower, but in terms of chakras, we've got the first three and then the lower three, like the three and then it's the middle one. So yeah. And then I'm also going to pull from the heart of the fairy oracle, which is Yeah, let's see what they have to say. So, for starters, we're going to go ahead and do this. Everything has hearts today. Everything has, yeah, I love it. So, let's go ahead and see. As a group, how are our hearts doing? How are our hearts doing? Oh, what does this say? Accept the gifts of the universe. Accept the gifts of the universe. I love that. And I know that it sounds so cliche, but it is absolutely true that the gifts of the universe, like it really is love. Love is the gift of the universe. Like love is source energy and love is everywhere in everything. And the universe is so loving and um so wise and is constantly giving us gifts. So just think maybe today is the day to really, you know, count those blessings, count the things that you're grateful for. Maybe you start a gratitude journal again. If anybody had a gratitude journal before, and these practices, like they ebb and flow, and I know I fall out of the practice of having a gratitude journal, but it's something beautiful to actually look back and when you have filled up a journal and you can see just all the tiny little things that lift you up throughout the year and to see all the things that you are grateful for. But I'm just loving again, these shiny cards on this screen is difficult, but um, it's like pot of gold and the rainbow and the cornucopia and I love that inside this body is a growing vine, like this growth where it's like some seeds of love start as teeny tiny little pieces of awareness and then they grow so big within us and um I don't know, the more that we actually see love, the more that we give it and the more we just continue to let that flow and move through us. So I just love that. Accept the gifts of the universe. I think that's beautiful. So let's go ahead and tap into our mystic heart, the mystic heart realm, and perhaps even finding a special key, unlocking a door in the heart, because the heart has so many chambers. The heart is an incredible tool, incredible, powerful organ in our body that from the moment of conception, it's there beating until finally one day it's time to stop. And no one can ever tell you what day that is or how that will happen. But our heart is with us our entire life long. And it is so sacred and so tireless, so courageous. So let's tap in, everybody, to your sacred mystic heart. What does it have to say to us today? I feel like everybody is very scattered, because there's so many different cards that have popped, and I feel like it's each and every one of you has a different space. But do you see this one? This one is for us. This one is ours. Oh. The invitation. The invitation. Look at that eye in the middle. These cards just, I feel like they're so powerful and so radiant. The invitation. So, what does that mean to you? That the heart is inviting you to accept the gifts of the universe. That is pretty special. And so, really tapping into your radiant, beating, powerful heart and saying yes to the invitation. You can decline the invitation, that is also a choice. You can be fashionably late to this party. It's fine. However way you show up, you don't need to go. However, the heart is inviting you to walk in. And I'm seeing all of these kind of remind me of swords a little bit. And this almost reminds me, oh, it is a key. This is a key with an eye. And I had just talked about unlocking the door to the heart. And then, so all of these swords, I kind of feel like they are swords of truth, swords of piercing the veil, swords of really casually carving out a sacred space for you to actually enjoy this. I feel like it's a party. Like, we get an invitation to things where we celebrate. Usually we are invited to a gathering of some kind. And it could be many different kinds of gatherings, some happy, some to remember. But either way, it is a gathering and it is a celebration, whether it be of life or of someone's passing. It's either way, it's a gathering of hearts. Wow, I love that. So I'm curious. So accepting the gifts of the universe and then us being invited. And now I'm going to pull with the fairies. What do they have to say about this? The invitation. Tell us more. Tell us more, Heart of Fairy. Oh, wow. Okay, this popped straight out. What is this about? The boy. I feel like there's more cards. This is first card, the boy. Oh, look at how happy he is. He just reminds me of Peter Pan. Maybe he is Peter Pan. But yeah, this just kind of mischievous, good-natured, happy, curious. Look at this happy face. It's a kind of a triumphant face. Like he's just done something he has probably tried like 100 times and failed and finally did it. Like maybe you see, especially with kids, I work with kids, and I see all different stages of them trying something out and it not working, and then one day it works. Like trying to jump across this, big log, and they continue to fall until one day they actually stick the landing and they're so freaking proud of themselves. And so I see that this boy, he's not gloating, but he's proud of himself. He just did something cool. Oh, and look, did you guys notice this face in the back? There's a face hiding behind him. All right, so the boy. And let's see, Heart of Fairy. What else would you like us to know about the invitation? I love when they pop. This is so fun. The Queen of Hearth and Home. The Queen of Hearth and Home. I love when readings, a lot of these readings, they don't immediately make sense to me. So it's like, okay, this is equally a reading for me as it is for you. We're both doing the unpacking and the letting the message settle together. And I love doing that together with you. And so this one is the Queen of Hearth and Home, and it looks like she's wearing a mask. So she's got one eye peeking out from behind a mask. And the mask actually looks very similar to the leaves on the boy's shirt. And she's got this magic ball, and from that ball, it looks like there's this etheric fairy. For a second, I thought I saw mushrooms in there, but no, my eyes are playing tricks on me. So the Queen of Hearth and Home. I'm trying to feel out if there's another card or not, or if there's just these two. There's one more. There's one more. And there it is. There it is. Okay. And then the shapeshifter. Okay, this is a very interesting reading. The shapeshifter, the boy, and the Queen of Hearth and Home. So I'll go ahead and read these and then let's see how to make sense of this. Perhaps this is who's invited to the party. Oh man. Yeah. And I do feel that sometimes I'd almost like to do like a after reading unpacking of symbols and messages that come through because a lot of times since things don't immediately like make sense, it takes a little time for that, the pot of water that the Queen of Hearth and Home is brewing for it to actually like uh be concentrated enough to understand what it is that she's telling us. But the Queen of Hearth and Home says, welcome, courtesy, and graciousness. She holds the mask of living flame in her hand. This is the eternal hearth fire. In ancient times, people would carry an ember from their hearth they were leaving to, oh, from, I see. So in ancient times, people would carry an ember from the hearth that they were leaving and bring it to their new dwelling place. They carried this link from their past to their future. The Queen of Hearth and Home carries with her the ability to make a home in the moment, in the now, wherever she is. She passes this ability on to you. It is important to be at home in any situation, to create a home when you invite people into your space, whether at a table at a restaurant, a desk at work, the seat next to you on a bus or plane, or in your very own home. The ability to make someone feel welcome when entering your space is a gift indeed. The man that made this, Brian Froud, says that he always stands up when signing books for people because he feels that he is inviting them into their home. Invitation, the mystic heart. Inviting people into your home. Wow. Okay, so when this card appears, remember that you are in the presence of a great queen, and she gives you the ability to be gracious and create a home wherever you are in any relationship. And seven is in astrology the house of relationships. So that's a coincidence, isn't it? So with the invitation, and I feel that this is an invitation for more intimacy and to allow people in, making them feel welcome, making others feel um, excited to be in your presence because you are just, you're opening doors of love and friendship or whatever relationship to them. And I'm also hearing this of just this is something we do in ourselves. We become more intimate with ourselves, and as we do that, we we are we shed those little pieces of fear that block us from other relationships and keep us from really letting them in more fully. And so that mask of the queen, she's dropping the mask, allowing people to come in closer. So thank you to the Queen of Hearth and Home for inviting us in. And now let's see, because now I feel like we came into the home of this beautiful queen. And so hanging out in this home is the boy and the shapeshifter. Let's see what they have to say. The boy. Actually, no, we're going to move to the shapeshifter because it's number 14. We're just going to go in order. So 14. perception, illusion, and the truth within. Who is this man? Well, that's the problem, really. He is everything and he is nothing. He can change who and what he is to suit any situation and any relationship. In being all things to all people, he becomes as insubstantial as smoke. If you place your trust in someone like this, you may find yourself waking up with a stranger one day, not the person you thought you knew at all. A relationship with a shapeshifter can be a frustrating experience. You will never be able to pin this person down. You will never be able to really know who this person is. And the sad thing is, he may not know who he is either. If you find yourself in a relationship like this, you could do worse than ask the speaker of truth to help you out. By doing this, you may be able to find a path into the heart of this man, and you I'm not agreeing with this message. I'm just gonna say it. I'm sorry, Brian Froud. As lovely as your writing is, this one isn't meeting my expectations. I'm getting a different message from the writer here. I do want to honor the fact that yes, what he says is also truth of the shapeshifter and it being difficult to be in relationship with someone who is a shapeshifter. However, what I see this in this reading, and thank you so much, Brian Froud, I love you, is that I feel that this in a way is us, when we put on our masks and we drop them many times over, meeting different people, we become different aspects of ourselves to meet each and every one of these people. There's some people that make us feel more serious, some people that make us feel more happy, some people that we are instantly defensive and aggressive with, like people that just we butt heads with. And we're going to meet all these different people all the time, and all of these people live within us because they are mirrors of us. We are shapeshifters, and so are they. And so it's interesting that this card comes up in the invitation of welcoming people into the home, and that this I actually feel is us rising to the vibration or meeting, harmonizing with each other. And so when we meet each other, this invitation, we're all coming together, we're all gathering in this mystic heart today, in this beautiful love day. And we all need to learn how to dance and be with each other. And sometimes we can lose our center, because there will be times where you meet people that will pull something up and out of you that perhaps you actually don't even really know. And then when you meet it, it can be an interesting experience. You can say, wow, that piece of myself is amazing. I was so confident and so like charismatic with them, or quite the opposite of like, ooh, wow, I was totally not my best self with that interaction there. And then you come home and you're like, damn, I wish I would have done something different or said this or done that. Or maybe, it's all the circular thoughts that go around when interactions with people don't go as planned. So this, I feel, is the ability, it's a very um, Aquarian sign of matching the frequency of the things around you, however, holding strong to your center. Because the shapeshifter, I actually disagree with Brian Froud saying that he doesn't know himself. I think the shapeshifter is actually a master of knowing themselves. Because in order to do and be all these different versions of themselves, I think they need to have a very strong core. Otherwise, they would disintegrate and become nothing. And so I think that this actually, oh, I love when this happens. I'm feeling more and more connected to like the like galactic range. This right here is a very Andromedan energy, and the Andromedan energy comes in. I think of David Bowie, and it's funny because like the Oracle deck, like the fairy, he was such a fairy man, fairy person, because he felt very neutral, not man, not woman to me. But anyway, it's that Andromedan energy of being everything and being nothing all at the same time. But that requires an incredibly powerful center to come back to, because you are kind of a hurricane whirlwind. And that eye of the storm is what remembers who you are always. And so that mystic heart, that eye in the center that continues to keep you grounded in who you are whenever you're meeting new people. So that is the direction that I would go with this shapeshifter. And I welcome other people's interpretations of the shapeshifter. I feel like it's kind of another octave of the trickster. So, yeah. And what better day to be drinking a cup that has my name on it than this day? So, cheers to your center, to my center, to our sacred heart, and then we'll read the boy. I feel like I need to get this outfit someday. I don't have this outfit. Aw, this is from a little kid from one of my preschool classes. Oh, I love my kids. Okay, and that means we're gonna read the boy. The boy, the boy. Adventure, freedom, youth. So welcome, boy. Ah, oh, cool. Okay. The eternal boy is like Peter Pan, the boy who never grows up. What is important about the boy? We are told that we inevitably grow up, grow old, and die. And we do. That is true. At least part of us does. But there is another part of us that, like Peter Pan, stays eternally young. And not just young, but boy young, masculine young. The part of us that wants to seek adventure, live dangerously, live heroically, and die gloriously. In Faerie, the part of us that is the eternal boy can roam free forever. Male or female, we all need to acknowledge the boy within us and let him run free. If we do no more than say, go fly, have adventures, then we have done enough. When the boy turns up in a reading, take a minute to find the boy inside of you. He may be hiding. Boys are good at that. But coax him out into the light. Say hello and let him fly, and he'll return to you. And when he does, oh, what tales he'll have to tell. And I do really love, first of all, I many times on this channel, I like to go as gender neutral as possible, but I do actually think that it's beautiful that it's embodied in a masculine, a young masculine energy, the innocent, sweet masculine energy. And I see that as like the first rising of the sun, the dawn energy, that it is just so strong, and you just feel like, what is this day going to bring? And that excitement. And uh I actually have a phrase where I call it cartwheel into the day. Cartwheel into the day. And so that's what the boy brings, really just the excitement and the curiosity of what will today be? And or the curiosity of like, who is this person that I'm meeting, and who will I be when I meet them? And what version of myself will come out when I am interacting with this person? And is that a piece of myself that I like? Is it a piece of myself I want to, um, develop? Is it a piece of myself that's ready to go running off and exploring the wilds? And it's just also interesting, like little boy energy little boy energy. And again, this is totally just based off of many years of being a preschool teacher and interacting with little kids and boy energy, girl energy. They really are two different things. And then of course you have the kids that do both or neither or whatever they want. And but yeah, there's something about that quintessential like charge after it kind of like I feel like this is a real fearless energy, and that energy of I'm never going to grow up, never going to grow up, like Peter Pan never, he never wanted to and he never did. And to really treasure that little piece of yourself that will never grow up and is actually excited to continue being that child, the child. It's a lovely card. And he's got such a ridiculously big mouth. I bet he laughs a lot. I bet he's really loud. I bet the hearth queen sometimes tells him. So I'm kind of thinking that sometimes that rambunctious kind of energy does need a little bit of a cool down. And so that cool down is coming back to your center. So after you have shape shifted around your whole day, one day, it's like all the different moments of the day were different versions of ourselves, and then just returning. The last cards that I'm going to pull from is the Rose Oracle. And the Rose Oracle, let's just spray some rose water at you. Smells good. Invite in Mama Rose. Just because today is a day where so many roses are out. They're out roaming free right now. They have been harvested. They have been plucked from the ground. How you feel about that is your own. I sometimes wish that we would just go to rose gardens and look at them be there instead of harvesting a billion roses. However, they're roaming free right now, and so many of them are out. And so to honor those roses, let's just pull from the Rose Oracle. So we'll say, Mama Rose, what do you have to tell us today? Today, on a day where so many people are receiving you and smelling you and enjoying your beautiful beauty. Yeah. And the ones being shared have no thorns. That's an interesting thought too. Plant yourself here. Plant yourself here. And what a beautiful thing to mirror these things, the shapeshifter and the queen of the home and hearth. Plant yourself here. Integration, embodiment, grounded action. And I feel like, again, this is like calling on our deep sacred center, and not just your own deep sacred center, but actually doing that grounding process of grounding deep into the earth, growing your roots all the way down into Pachamama, Earth Mother, her sacred center. She is so strong. Earth is so strong. And she continues to spin and spin and spin and spin and spin. And she never, ever takes a break. She's like that beating heart. She never stops spinning. She never stops doing her work of holding us gently to the ground. Her gravity never for even 1 second lets us go drifting off into space. And so really getting strong into your sacred center, into your mystic heart. It's that invitation to get strong into your sacred heart so that you can shape shift at will and change with the flowing, ebbing, moving tide and still stay rooted, still stay you, still stay in your power, still stay within your true boundaries. Because boundaries are actually essential to your home. And that is what makes a home, is that there are the walls that make it the place that it is your sanctuary. And then when you invite the people in and out of your sacred sanctuary, your sacred home, they meet this part of you. But this is a very tender and strong part of you. This is the place where your vulnerability is actually your strength. So, wow, guys, what a beautiful love reading. And this right here tells me that you are all so cool. Like, we're a group of shapeshifters. I just think that's beautiful. And thank you for inviting me into your home, because wherever you're sitting, we're enjoying some kind of mystic temple space together. And so you have invited me in, and I really appreciate that. And I also thank you for coming into my home and having this moment with us uh, together. So, yay, cool. I can't wait to do this again with you another day. I'm gonna put all my cards away. And a little bit about the astrology of right now is that Venus and Neptune are in Pisces, conjunct at almost the same degree. And so that's actually pretty special for today. It means, Venus, that is love energy, is that Aphrodite energy. And she is in a very mystic state right now, uh, moving through the waters of Pisces with Neptune, who is intimately knowledgeable and masterful with those waters. So I feel like this is a space of deep humanitarian collective love. So this might actually be a Valentine's Day that feels a little different than others in the past, that it means a bit more than just the Hallmark holiday, that this day is actually a heart activating day, mainly because people have decided that it is so. And then also because we have these two planets that are actually activating and initiating, inviting us to go deeper into the depths of our heart and really understanding what lies there. So, oh, you guys are amazing. So beautiful, sacred peoples. Can't wait to see you again in the next reading. As always, reach out to me if you would like your own reading, because I love doing this with people and getting a bit more personal into your own whatever it may be that you want to talk about or ask. I also love to do astrology charts and readings. Those are like one of my biggest joys, is to do astrology readings. So book one now if you want. Please hang out with me. Let's do this more. And I will see you again next time. All right. Bye.